If you've ever had a chicken and corn soup from a Chinese takeaway store, well, you'll realise it can be stodgy and sometimes really salty. But if you make it from home, well, it's a completely different story. Using fresh homemade chicken stock and some beautiful corn and chicken, it is really delicious and most importantly, super budget friendly. So to start with, I've got 2 litres of chicken stock here, and I've just brought it to the boil and then turned it down just so it's a slight simmer, just like this. And then we can start flavouring it. So for the salt, I've got some soy sauce here, and we want around 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. We can always add a little bit more at the end for the seasoning, but I prefer to start with less now so it's not too salty at the end. Now we need to balance this out with some sweetness. So instead of sugar, I'm using some mirin, and I love the flavour of mirin. So again, equal amounts to soy, 2 tablespoons, in it goes, and then some ginger. So I'm just going to grate it on a fine grater like this so it's really minced. Okay, so we want about a tablespoon. We'll just collect that up there. Look at that. All the juice is there. It smells so good. Give that a stir, just like that. Now for the chicken. Now I have 2 chicken breasts here, and we'll just open the pack and we're just going to pop them in whole. So now that's just going to gently poach for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to remove it and shred it. Right, now for the corn, I've got 2 cans of corn here. So corn kernels, I've rinsed them under some cold water, and whole corn can go straight in, just like that. Now what I've got here is another can, so 420 grams, and I've just placed this into a food processor with a little bit of stock and blitzed it, so we've got a puree. This soup is all about texture, so we want that thick texture, and this pureed corn is going to do that. And for the corn flour, we want to make a paste, so 3 tablespoons of corn flour with roughly 3 tablespoons of water. We'll give that a mix, and all we need to do is stir that in. Now, we're just going to slowly add it, not all together, so stirring at the same time, and then in it goes, and that will thicken up this soup. And we don't want it too thick, but it does need to have a little bit of body to it, because it's a really nice, rich, wintry soup there. Okay, that's looking good. Now we can start to add our chicken back to the pot there, and we just want to warm that up again. We want to cook out that corn flour for a little bit, so just give that around 5 to 10 minutes. And while that's happening, we're going to put the lid back on. And I've got 2 eggs. This is the bit that I love, and this is why Chinese chicken and corn soup is so famous. 2 eggs, we're going to break into a bowl, just like this. We're going to lightly whisk it. So just break that up. So just give that a really good whisk, just like that. So you can see when we pour it in, you'll get nice thin strands. And we'll just give that a quick stir so we've got that whirlpool effect. And in goes, very, very slowly, the egg. So just doing it in batches. And you can see how it's just coming to the surface here, that egg. So it's not big clumps, it's just beautiful. And then to serve it up, make sure we've got a lot of that chicken there, the corn. Gosh, it's a really hearty soup. And you wouldn't need anything else. Just this soup will keep you quite full on a nice cold winter's night. And for a garnish, I've got some spring onions here. We'll just thinly slice them on an angle, just like that. On it goes, and traditionally, you get a little bit of sesame oil, 2 or 3 drops, just like that, and you'll really taste it. So chicken and corn soup on the table within half an hour, and it tastes 10 times better than any takeaway you'll get.